Welcome everyone to another episode of Dead Talk Live. I'm your host Viz from Walking Dead Now, multicasting across all our social media platforms. And listen, I know people come and go from this room. I want you to stay because I have an announcement, okay, for the end of the show, but I'm going to do it now because this is when everybody comes in. So don't leave the room, okay, because we have something exciting that we are going to be giving away at the end of this broadcast, okay? And I want to show it to you guys. I want to show you what the prize is. And I think a lot of you are going to think it's really cool. And we're going to be doing this. Hey, Reb362. I see everybody coming in. Stay here for a while. We are going to be doing a giveaway, okay, at the end of the show. We're going to be doing it over the next couple of shows, okay? Because we have a lot of these. And it's going to be based on a trivia question that whoever answers correctly gets to pick their prize. And I want to show you the prize. Okay, the prize is, okay, we have limited edition, new in the box, Walking Dead action figures. Now you're like, oh God, these are children's toys. No, these are worth money. And they're hard to find. Unless you go on eBay and if you want to pay an arm and a leg for them. And we have several. Let's see, total 3, 5, 7 of them. And over the next several days, we are going to be giving away 2 of them. Okay? And it's going to be to the people who answer a trivia question. So, one trivia question. And then whoever calls in, you got to call in with the answer. No chatting, no typing it in. I see that's getting a lot of thumbs up. Okay? So whoever answers with the call, the trivia question correctly, gets to pick whichever one they want. We don't have them in order here. So I'm just showing them all to you right here. We have, let's start from the beginning here. We have Aaron, Tyrese, Abraham, the RV Zombie, the Bungee Walker, Gas Mask Riot Gear Zombie from Season 3, and then we have Michonne's Pets. Okay, so these are very cool, and they're very hard to find, and they're new in the box. And they're worth money today, and they're going to be worth even more money down the line as the Walking Dead universe expands. So I just wanted to get that in there because I know as soon as we start the broadcast, that's when we have a huge rush of people coming in. And throughout the show, new people come in, other people leave, you know, just like any other live broadcast. But I wanted to get this out right away. We're going to be doing this towards the end of the show today. And I just wanted to let you guys know up front. It's very exciting. And like I said, I'm going to reserve the last 15 minutes of the show. We have 2 trivia questions. The first person who answers the first trivia question correctly gets to pick which one they want. And the same thing on the second trivia question. Okay? But you got to call it in. You got to call it in at this number. 718-509-9270 if you're inside the United States. This contest is not just limited to people inside the United States. You can call us using Skype for free if you're outside the U.S. Same number, 718-509-9270. And I just want to reiterate that if you type in the answer, you're not going to win. But I'm not going to disqualify somebody from using your answer, calling it in, and winning the prize. And I'm obviously not going to say you guys can't cheat because we're all on the internet right here. And these are not really easy questions. It's not like, you know, what was the name of Rick's son? So it's not like easy, super uber easy questions. So whoever wins these is going to be well deserving of them, for a lack of a better term. Anyway, guys, I wanted to get that out of the way. Thank you for joining me tonight. I'm your host, Viz. This is Dead Talk. You're on Walking Dead Now. just wanted to say that we've had a huge surge in YouTube subscribers overnight. Huge. I want to thank the people that are watching us on YouTube who are newly subscribed. I want to thank all the people who are returning viewers. We have Facebook people. Carlos Andreas, hello. I see you on Facebook. I see all the people joining us on Instagram. I mean, we have a packed house tonight. We have people from all over social media. That's awesome. That's kick-ass. I want to thank you guys for spending the next hour with me. And we are going to pick up where we left off yesterday. We had a great show yesterday. We were doing the what-if scenarios, and we could not even get through Season 3. For those of you joining me tonight that were not with us last night, we went through a lot of what-if scenarios, starting with Season 1, and how that would have impacted the story today, where we would be today, if this happened, or if that happened, or if this didn't happen, and so on. I'm trying to do 3 seasons every episode. I could not even get through Season 3 last night. We did 1 and 2, and I couldn't finish off Season 3 because we ran out of time. And it was just such a great show, a lot of interaction, and so on. So we Instagram, which is the meanie on the block. It only gives us an hour to do this show. So I try to cater to the lowest bidder, if you want to say, the guy who gives us the least amount of time, just so every viewer can see the same show. So we could only do this for an hour tonight, okay? So I want to just pick up exactly where we left off. And I left it last night with Axel, the prisoner that got shot in front of Carol by the governor. Okay, that was the last thing I did yesterday. Today I want to talk about T-Dog. I want to start off with T-Dog in Season 3. Now, who here believes that T-Dog died a senseless death in Season 3? I mean, he died, in a somewhat heroic way, locking the gate to keep the walkers from infiltrating the prison even more. Marko agrees that T-Dog died an unjust death. And I don't know. To me, it was kind of senseless. I'm like, really? That's how they're going to get rid of this character? That's pathetic. Not one of The Walking Dead's shiniest moments. Ismail writes, I don't. He sacrificed himself. Marko writes, he saved Carol's life. That's all true. That's all true. But I really like T-Dog. We saw him in Season 1. He's a guy who dropped the keys that left Merle up on the roof. God bless him for dropping those keys. Anyway, I don't know. I was not satisfied with his death. So what if he would have survived? Okay, that's the question. What if T-Dog would have survived? I think if T-Dog would have survived, he would have been a major player. Carolyn gives a big... are you crying or laughing? You're laughing. All right. Carolina, Jesse_Vega, giving you a shout out on Instagram. Thank you for joining us. So, yeah, I think T-Dog would have been an amazing character if he would have stuck around. I'm not saying all the way to where we are now, but I really would have liked to seen him develop some more. Okay? So, moving on from T-Dog, what if Michonne doesn't discover the governor's walker daughter, Penny? She doesn't kill her. The governor and her don't end up getting into that skirmish where she takes out his eye. What if that never happened? Would the governor have such... just that feeling in the pit of his stomach to just avenge her and just go after... We knew he was going after the prison in Season 3, but man, would he have gone after them in Season 4, where he actually brought down the prison. He ended up dying, but I don't know. I mean, what if Michonne doesn't kill Penny? What if Michonne doesn't take out the governor's eye? We know he's a very vindictive bastard. Okay? He was a very vindictive bastard. He was going to take revenge on anybody that wronged him. But that's just another what if. Does he go after the prison again in season 4? Which leads to a whole mess of things to follow. Terminus and so on. Okay? Now, the final thing to wrap up season 3 that I want to make a point of tonight is Merle survives. He doesn't die at the governor's hand. Because if you remember, Lifting Fit Journey writes, I like turtles. Okay. All right, Lifting Fit Journey. That's good to know. So, Merle. Let's say the governor doesn't kill him. Merle was starting to show a little bit of redemption. A little bit. Merle, the governor takes Merle out, leaves him to turn, and his brother Daryl finds him. And it's Daryl's job to put his brother down. Ismail is cracking up over the turtles thing. The what if question here is, who here believes that Merle could have made a full 180 redemption character turn? If you do, give me a thumbs up. If you don't, give me a thumbs down. Okay? Because I'm sort of 50-50 on that one. Could Merle have made a full turnaround? Like, let's say, Strand on Fear the Walking Dead? Ismail writes, nah. If you guys watch Fear the Walking Dead and you know the character Strand, he was a pretty selfish bastard. And he did a turnaround. So, okay. Ismail thinks Merle could not have made a redemption turn. Like I said, I'm 50-50. He might have, he might not have. I think he would have always been a prick. Like Negan is right now, sort of the bastard, cocky attitude that he has. That will always be a part of his personality. It will be embedded in him. And same thing with Merle and his, he was a meanie. He was just a bad guy. Anyway, that wraps up season 3. That was supposed to be the end of yesterday's show. So we are a little behind. Now we move on to season 4. So season 4, The Walking Dead's on fire. It is just like the hottest thing out there. Like the #1 TV show. 30 to 40 million viewers per week. Ahmad gives us a big smiley love face. Hello, Ahmad. So, yep, season 4, Walking Dead, biggest show on TV. Okay? So let's start. Surprisingly, in season 4, there's not that many what-if moments. Ismail writes, we are the Walking Dead. 2 hearts. Yeah. So, season 4, surprisingly, being such a great season as it was, not that many what-if moments, It was like this stuff was destined to happen from the prior seasons. But let's talk about some of the things that might have turned out differently. A lot of this, a big part of season 4, the first half, was the whole flu outbreak in the prison, where people were getting sick and they were dying. And if you remember, that person died while taking a shower, and it was in the middle of the night, and ended up turning half the prison population into walkers. And that was a nightmare. Carol stepped in, and she took it upon herself to try to end the pandemic that was going on within the prison. And she killed Karen, which was Tyrese's girlfriend. She was sick, and it was just the flu. It's just that they didn't have any medications. So Carol kills Karen, and then takes her body out to the back courtyard and burns her to make sure that it doesn't spread. Bilal writes, until season 5, it was fun, but above all shit. Well, I don't agree with you, Bilal, but I respect your opinion. I absolutely respect your opinion. So Carol takes Karen's body out, burns her. Tyrese is pissed. He's on Rick's ass to find out who did it. Rick, being a cop, he pieces it together. Figures out it's Carol that did it. And he doesn't tell Tyrese. So him and Rick and Carol go on a run, and he exiles her. He exiles Carol from the group. He gives her enough gas, supplies, and a car, and basically tells her that she can't stay. Now, later we'd come to find out that that move ends up saving his life at Terminus, but we'll get to that when we get to the next seasons. So what happens if Rick doesn't exile Carol? Well, obviously, if Rick does not exile Carol, she's not able to free them from Terminus. That's a big consequence right there. Using hindsight. Do you guys agree with Rick's decision to exile Carol? Hey, DR. We have a viewer from Brazil. Welcome. Hey, Nicolas from YouTube. Welcome, everybody. So the question is, did Rick make the right decision in exiling Carol from the prison? Now, we have hindsight, and we know that she saves her ass from Terminus. Obviously, he doesn't know that at the time. But Tyrese was on him. BB Jim from YouTube, I'm just waiting for the finale. We all are, BB. We all are, man. We're all waiting for the finale. BB Jim from YouTube writes in. So, give me a thumbs up if you guys agree with Rick's decision. Hi, AJ Smith, waving back. How you doing? From my Instagram. AJ Smith 232 from Instagram. So give me a thumbs up if you guys agree with Rick's decision to exile Carol. Give me a thumbs down if you disagree with him. I think he overreacted. Yeah, Tyrese was on his ass to find out who did it. And I think he overreacted. We're getting a lot of chats coming in, so I'm trying to keep up with everybody. I want to answer everybody. Lifting Fit Journey writes, yes, Carol doing crazy shit. Really wished Herschel didn't go. I absolutely agree. And we're going to get to Herschel too in a moment. So, I disagree with Rick's decision to exile Carol. I would have found some way to talk Tyrese down off of his little, you gotta find the son of a bitch who did this and hang them. Season 4 introduced us to Abraham, Eugene, and Rosita. They met up with Glenn and Tara after they left the prison. And wow, who thought when we met them, those who did not know the comic books, how huge of a characters Abraham, Eugene, and Rosita would be. I'm going to let you in on a little term that, I watch The Walking Dead on Sunday nights. Even though I have AMC Premiere, I reserve it to watch it with my son. It's a little special father-son thing that we do. So we have a term once we get introduced to characters, okay? And this is going to be completely cheesy and corny, and it's just a term that me and my son have. As soon as we get introduced to new characters on The Walking Dead, we have to call it up front. And we use the terms longer or shorter. Shorter. The longers means that they're going to be there for a while. They're going to become big characters and they're going to survive into the next season. The shorters are going to be dead within a couple of episodes. I know, it's completely cheesy. I'm the one that came up with it, and it was just a term that I used one night, but it stuck. Bilal 8474 writes, Look now, you what is from season 1 to 5, was a straight story, but after season 5, every time something completely different happened in the seasons, the story did not go straight. You see? I understand, Bilal. I understand you didn't like the show beyond season 5. I'm not arguing with you, you know? I don't agree with your opinion. We're all allowed to have our opinions, and I respect your opinion. So I assume you're not watching the show anymore. BB Jim from YouTube writes, I still don't care for Rosita. Well, you know why you probably don't care for Rosita? Because Rosita was never really given a real storyline. She's always been in the background. I'm like, Rosita deserves a story, and a good one. They just haven't given it to her. She's still alive, and I think she would do great. Now, the actress, Christian Serratos, I mean, wow. I don't know if you guys have seen her Instagram. She models. They got she's beautiful on the show. Marko, if you are watching right now, back me up on this. I mean, this is a beautiful woman. And even though they really try to dress her down on the show, and she's still beautiful, you guys got to take a look at her Instagram after the show is over. I mean, wow. She's a stunner. Anyway, we get introduced to Abraham, Eugene, and Rosita. Longers, going back to the term me and my son created. And Abraham is on a mission. He's on a mission to get Eugene up to D.C. M. Chow writes, what do you think about Tara's death? Oh, we're getting to that. We're getting to that. We're getting to those seasons. We're getting to those seasons. I'm going to get to that. Don't worry. Continue watching. Bilal writes, which season is my favorite? Well, I can't pinpoint it to just one season. I like the seasons that were the big viewer attractions. Obviously 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Even though it was a great season, it was hard to watch with Negan's boot on everybody's throat. Lifting Fit Journey writes, what are your thoughts on when we'll be able to see the finale? I'm hoping within the next several weeks. Those are my thoughts. And not several months, but in the next several weeks. So going back to Bilal's question of which one is my favorite season, I love this current season, season 10. Season 8, All Out War, is up there for me as well. Season 9 was good. It was a little slow. We lost Rick. It was hard. It was very hard. We lost Rick. We did the 6-year time jump. Everything was different. So 10, 8, and those are all above 5, by the way. 3, 4, and 5, I loved. 6 was amazing. The whole lead up to the Negan thing. The group paying the price for slaughtering people in their sleep. Again, this is all stuff we're going to get to. So Marko writes, Christian Serratos will be playing Selena in a new biopic film. Did not know that. Marko writes, The Prison to me was the best season. Season 3. Yep. Nicholas Balaz 5 from Instagram writes, what do you think, what's going to happen with Rick? Well, I assume you mean the movies. I don't know. We're going to find out what happened in those 6 missing years from when he left The Walking Dead in season 9, episode 5. We're going to find out what happened to him. And I've said this before in prior episodes. Whatever happened to him, think of how severe it must have been to keep him from coming back to his family. So the writers are going to have to write a story that wherever he's taken in that helicopter, he found their situation so compelling and they needed him so bad that it prevented him from going back to seeing Michonne, Judith, finding out he has a son. Ismail writes, You told me the gang that had old people didn't have a name. I searched, and maybe it's the Vatos? See, Well, yeah, the Vatos. I mean, it's not an official name. It's, the brothers. You know what I mean. But yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what they were called. I don't consider that their official name. I don't think they had an official name. Bilal7 writes, Season 7 was also a big hit. Yes. Season 8 was a big hit. Hard to watch, especially the premiere. Season 8 was awesome. Season 8 started at like 100 miles per hour, and for the first 5 or 6 episodes did not take the foot off the gas. So moving on here, on to Season 4. I love answering you guys' questions, by the way. So keep them coming. So Season 4, like I said, we made Abraham, Eugene, Rosita. We touched that already. What if the governor did not come back to the prison? Okay? What if he... hey, TWD fan on Instagram. TWD fan 2004-06 on Instagram. Hello. Giving you a shout out. So the question is, what if the governor doesn't return back to the prison in the mid-season finale of Season 4? What if he let bygones be bygones? He had a girlfriend. He could have started completely over. He could have taught them how to survive, done something good, but no. He had to go back. He couldn't let it go. He couldn't let it go. He could not go on living knowing that Rick, Michonne, and the gang are still in the prison. Hi. We have... I'm trying to pronounce her name. Mila... I'm going to call you Mila. Mila77 from Instagram. Hello. Welcome. So, yeah, he couldn't let it go. What if he did? What if he was able to let it go? He could have had a whole new life. M. Chai writes, the prison would have screwed up all the way. TWD fan writes, I love joining your Instagram live. Thank you. We love having you here live. Yep, we are simulcasting not just on Instagram, but on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. We are Instagramming live simultaneously on 4 different platforms. So thank you for joining us. I appreciate all you guys for joining us. And every day we do this show, the viewership keeps getting bigger and bigger. Sam Micah 39, thumbs up right back at you. Thank you for being here, Sam. I appreciate all you guys for being here. So that was the what if about the governor. He could have started over, but the asshole chose not to. I mean, not much more to say about that. He was a psychopath. You know what I mean? The guy had no soul. Now, the last bit in Season 4 is Lizzie. TWD fan writes, what's your Facebook and YouTube? My YouTube channel is called Walking Dead Now. So if you go to YouTube and in the search, you type Walking Dead Now, my channel should be the first thing on the list. And it's my avatar is around Walking Dead videos. So if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, all my links are in there. In every video, if you look in the description, if you go to the About page on my YouTube channel, all my links to all my social platforms and our podcast. Our podcast is called Stay Walking. It's brand new. It's like less than 2 weeks old. Everything is right there. So TWD fan, if you go to our YouTube page called Walking Dead Now, all our links are in each video and in the About page on our channel. Sam Micah writes, thanks. Well, thank you. And Gabriel Otero from Facebook. See the big thumbs up, buddy. Thumbs up back at you. You're welcome, TWD fan. So let's start on Season 5. Season 5, you get introduced to Father Gabriel. Now, you want to talk about a character that had an arc throughout his stay on The Walking Dead, which, by the way, I'm going to come out and say that, in my opinion, M. Choi already subscribed. Thank you so much. In my opinion, Father Gabriel doesn't make it out of this season finale. I think we're going to lose Gabriel in the finale that we're going to see here in a couple of weeks. He was supposed to die, if you go with the comic book storyline, in this last episode, episode 15. But I think they're going to take him out in the finale. Marko writes, the best season premiere was 5. Yep. The hardest season premiere to watch was season 7. Toby Yerwin from YouTube, hello. Thank you for joining us, Toby. Yeah, for me the hardest, because the premiere in season 7 with Negan and Glenn and Abraham was just so hard to watch, that's what makes it so good. I know a lot of people stopped watching this show after that, but it was a phenomenal episode. I'm not saying I'm glad that we lost Abraham and Glenn. I'm not. But, Jeffrey Dean Morgan brought Negan to life in an amazing way. So kudos to Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Kudos. M. Troy writes, Gab had to die in the season 5. Sam writes, all the seasons more than good. Nicholas on Instagram, in my opinion, Gabe character isn't that good like season 6 or 7. Likewise, I understand, Nicholas. Yeah. Toby Urin writes, I'm the TWD fan. All right, Toby. So I'm glad you found my YouTube channel. And I tell everybody to go to YouTube. So we had TWD fan who was on Instagram, and now they're messaging us on YouTube. And the reason why I tell everybody to go to YouTube, Toby, Instagram is great. I love Instagram. I have close to 77,000 followers on Instagram. I love my following on Instagram. But we're primarily a video page. And isn't YouTube just a much better place to view videos as opposed to Instagram? I wish Instagram would get in the game and make video viewing better. So another YouTube person here, we have your pal Harry. Hey Harry. So, hey, you commented on my video a while back. Just want to say hi. Hello back. I love to scour YouTube and get inspirational ideas for my video digital creations. And when I find good ones, Harry, I let those people know. So if I commented on your video, it means it was a good video. Good job. Lifting Fit Journey on Instagram writes, it was a huge kick in the you-know-what when Negan did what he did. Absolutely. Okay. So, Gabriel. Yeah, we can talk about him forever. But, the point I wanted to talk about Gabriel is about him turning turncoat once they're brought to Alexandria and what he tells Deanna. What Gabriel tells Deanna, that they let Satan into her walls, referring to Rick, and that she doesn't know all the stuff that they've done. I'm like, you weasel SOB. I'm like, what a freaking weasel. And Maggie overheard him. And, Rick and everybody found out about it, and he was pretty much treated like garbage, like he deserved to after that. Your pal Harry writes, thanks, man. It means a lot. What do you think will happen in the season finale, and who will die, Aaron or Alden? Neither. I think I said a little while ago, I think Gabriel is going to die, for sure. We're going to lose someone else as well, but I'm pretty sure we're going to lose Father Gabriel. As far as Aaron, nah, don't see it. Or Alden. They're going to meet up, and they're going to find out who that masked ninja person is. They came out all like samurai and stuff on them. And we'll see. Robson Zioria has 4 question marks. What's up? What's up, Rob? What are the question marks for? Toby, now you're on Facebook. You're all over the place. Who is your favorite person? You mean, who is my favorite character? Oh, my favorite character was Rick, Daryl, Carol, You know, Carol is my favorite character. You know, my favorite female character. You know, Carol. I would have to pick Carol. You know, Daryl, my favorite male character. I love Negan. I really do love Negan. And I didn't love Negan back in season 7 or season 8, but I love Negan, the Negan we have now. So, let's do another what if here. In season 5, what if Aaron, who was following the group as they made their journey up to DC, and he was following them for a while, what if he decided not to approach them? Sam writes, we wait more season. Yep. Toby writes, who don't you like in The Walking Dead? Huh. I know there are a lot of people I don't like. In the past, a lot of I hated the governor's character. That's because David Morrissey played him so amazingly well. You know, if you really hate a character, that means the actor did a great job in playing that character, in my opinion. Ismail on Instagram writes, they wouldn't get to Alexandria, maybe start a community of their own. So, yeah, that was going back to my question. What if Aaron decided not to contact the group? What if he saw them and he said, you know what? This group is not worthy of Alexandria. You know, he explains to them when he meets them that the reason why he invites them back in, he invites them to Alexandria is because he's been watching them for a while and they have not turned or killed each other. Even though they had no food, no water, they were exhausted, they were on foot, they did not turn on each other. Okay? So that was, according to Aaron, one of the main reasons that he decided to approach them, make first contact, for lack of a better term for any Star Trek fans out there. He made first contact with them and decided to bring him to Alexandria. Nicholas on YouTube writes they will still be on foot. Yeah, they would. Marcia writes, Oi, Marcia Blue 8574 on Instagram. So that's a big what if, you know, a huge turning point. Aaron could have very easily said, nah, these people are not worthy, and left them be. I don't think they would have survived much longer out there. They were literally on their last breath. They were hungry. They had no water. I don't know how it would have turned out, but it would not have been good. So luckily Aaron showed up, brought them to Alexandria, and that started a whole new chapter in The Walking Dead. So next thing, Morgan's return. What do you guys think about Morgan returning in season 5? Really unexpected. The actor who played Morgan, the show went through hoops to conceal him being on the set. They had to put him in disguises because they did not want it leaking out that Morgan was coming back to The Walking Dead. That comes directly from the actor who plays Morgan. So what do you guys think about Morgan coming back in season 5? You know? We know he ends up following the group up to DC because he finds the note that Abraham left him on the map on where they were heading. And he sees the name Rick Grimes. And I believe that's who he was looking for. He was looking for Rick. And he decided to follow them all the way up to DC. Ismail writes, Morgan was like up and down on the show a lot. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No doubt about it, Ismail. I mean, the guy... I mean, he was insane, and then he became a pacifist, and then he became a killer again, and now he became back a pacifist on Fear the Walking Dead. Yeah, he's had a roller coaster ride. So now into Alexandria, okay, going towards the middle here of season 5 and the ending. Peter, Jesse's husband, the wife beater in Alexandria, you guys remember him? He walks in with that samurai sword, shouting, they don't belong here. He doesn't belong here. Talking about Rick. And Reg tries to hold him back. That's Deanna's husband. And he cuts the dude's throat. Not on purpose, but he freaking cut Reg's throat. You guys remember that? Marko writes, Morgan was amazing. He is complex. He always tried to see the best of everyone. When he was in his right mind, I absolutely agree. When he was crazy, he would not even recognize Rick. You know what I'm saying? In that Clear episode back in season 3. So going back to Peter killing Reg and Reg bleeding out in front of Deanna. And remember Deanna looking towards Rick and telling him, do it. And Rick just turns around, pulls out his gun, and takes him out. That was an amazing scene. I love that scene. I can watch that over and over again. You know? Rick's like, I'm going to show you guys how to survive. You know, he gave that whole speech before Peter walked in. You know? And one of his famous quotes in that scene is, I was trying to decide how many of you I have to kill in order to save your lives. You guys remember that? You know? And then Peter comes in. He got a hold of Michonne's katana. He cuts Reg's throat. Reg bleeds out in front of Deanna. Deanna turns to Rick, tells him, do it. And Rick takes him out. And then Morgan shows up. So, that's not really a big what if. So, Toby asked me which character I didn't like. I didn't like Peter. I'm glad Rick shot him. So let's go on to Eugene confessing the truth. Wow, what a big moment. Well, first of all, none of us believed that he had the cure. That he had to go to somewhere in Washington, D.C. to unleash on the world. But Abraham believed him. You know, Maggie, Glenn, they were like on the fence about that. Marko writes, was that a mid-season finale? I can't remember. I believe that was the mid-season finale for season 5. Where Rick takes out Peter and he sees Morgan. So what do you guys think about when Eugene finally confesses the truth? That he's been using Abraham and Rosita with this lie that if they take him to Washington, D.C., he knows how to unleash the cure to this zombie virus. Ismail writes, Abraham was on the remorse. Of course, he will believe him. Well, if you guys remember the flashback, if it wasn't for Eugene coming back, not coming back, sorry. If you guys remember how Abraham met Eugene, hey Toby, now you're on Twitter. I mentioned you earlier. I guess you were in between social media platforms. But if you guys remember, Abraham was about to kill himself. His family died in that supermarket. He stepped outside. He got on his knees. He pulled out his gun, put it in his mouth, and lo and behold, there's Eugene screaming from across the street, help, help, help. Abraham gets up, kills the walkers that were on Eugene's ass. Eugene tells him, hey, you know, I'm someone important. I need to get to Washington. And Eugene was desperate. He was desperate. He would have believed anything at that moment. And that brought purpose back into his life. It made him not want to kill himself, you know? And, yeah, when he found out the truth, he was pissed. And he knocked the shit out of Eugene. Knocked his ass out cold on that highway, if you guys remember that. I mean, he knocked his ass out cold. And they did not speak for a good season or more. They did not really actually make up. till the season finale of 6, where Eugene volunteered to drive the RV while the rest went on foot with sick Maggie to take her to the Hilltop Doctor before they were all found by the saviors and lined up on their knees for Negan. Marko says he deserved it. He did. Eugene's a coward, and you know what, though, about Eugene? He admits he's a coward. He's also a pompous ass, too. You know, when he admitted the truth to Abraham and Maggie and Glenn and Rosita and them, he says, well, I'm smarter than you anyways. I'm like, oh, damn. You're asking for an ass kicking. And Abraham gave him exactly what he deserved. Cap on Instagram gives us a big thumbs up. So, yeah, I'm glad you guys agree. I'm glad he didn't kill Eugene, but knocking his ass cold, he got what he deserved. Okay? So let's move on. Another senseless death. In my opinion, Tyrese. Also very poorly done. Tyrese's death was very poorly done. With him getting bit, the hallucinations, Rick finding him too late, severing the limb, and he dies in the back seat of the car. And that was the end of Tyrese. I mean, it was a big changing moment for his sister, Sasha. It changed Sasha. She lost her brother. I mean, those two were a team. So, yeah, I mean, the death was not senseless because it advanced Sasha's character. But when we first met Tyrese, I knew that he, in a way, became like a Rick's right-hand man for a while there. Ismail writes Bob, too. Yeah. Tainted Meat Bob. I expected more of a story out of Tyrese. You know, he was just such a good guy. He was just such a good guy. And him hallucinating after he got bit with the whole governor thing was just kind of all over the place for me. It didn't make much sense. And he dies in the back seat of the car after they sever his limb, trying to stop the infection, but it was too late. Just didn't make much sense to me. I mean, I don't have much more to say about that other than if the writers wanted to kill him off, they could have done it much better, you know? Let's talk about the Wolves in Season 5. Remember the Wolves? Short storyline. There was more of a lead up to them with the walkers with the W on their forehead. You guys remember those? Rick and the gang were running across the walkers that had the W branded on their foreheads. And then the wolves finally attacked Alexandria. A great scene. Carol was making cookies. She set the timer. She looks out her window and she sees her across the street neighbor smoking a cigarette. And the next second, she gets butchered. And that's when the wolves attacked Alexandria. You know, that was great. I mean, not great, but it was a great sequence of events. And Morgan, being a pacifist at the time, let that the wolf guy, go. And because he let him go, he almost got Rick killed. I don't know if you guys remember that or not. Ismail writes, that was shitty, like, why? About Tyrese? Yeah, exactly. So, the Wolves, even though their story was short, Sani on Instagram is giving us a thumbs up. Thumbs up right back at you, Sani. Even though the Wolves storyline was great, it was very short. They were not much of a threat as I expected them to be. They were just a bunch of crazy people who thought they were doing everyone a favor if they killed them. That's it. I mean, there's really not much to them beyond that. They didn't have a deeper purpose or anything mysterious. Nah. Their whole purpose was to kill as many people just so they can put them out of their misery. Because if you were alive, you were suffering. And the only way to relieve that suffering is to have them kill you. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Now, I know we're going all over the place, back and forth in Season 5. But I got to talk about Noah's gruesome death. Noah was a great character. You know, Beth met him in the hospital where she got kidnapped and taken to. And he stayed for a little while. And I've said this before, but Noah had the most gruesome death on The Walking Dead in 10 seasons. And I'm going to stop right there because we're down to 10 minutes less. And I want to do this contest. I want to thank you guys who stayed for the contest. We got 10 minutes left. Let's see if somebody's going to call. Toby, we're about to run a contest. Trivia. Stay behind. If you call in with the right answer, you can win these prizes. I don't know if you saw them or not. I'm going to put them back up. Collector edition dolls. Hard to find. First person to answer correctly on the first question, you have to call your question in. You can't type it in. Typing in disqualifies you. You got to call the number, and then you get to pick your doll. All right, so we're running out of time. So here we go. Here's tonight's trivia question. And you got to call it in. The number is right here, 718-509-9270. You can use any phone in the United States. If you're outside the U.S., you can use Skype, and the call is free. All right, the question is, what time did it say on the hospital clock wall when Rick woke up from his coma in the series premiere? First person to call in with the right answer gets to pick any one of those dolls. So I'm monitoring the phone lines. The number's up on the screen. I'll repeat the question again. What time does the clock on the hospital wall say it is when Rick wakes up from his coma? First person who calls with the right answer gets to pick whichever one of those collector edition action figures they want. Brand new in the box. They are a collector's item. They are hard to find. And they are worth quite a bit of money today, and they're going to be worth even more money in the future. So all you got to do, for all of you guys scouring to find the answer on the internet right now, is tell me what time did the clock read when Rick woke up from his coma in Season 1, Episode 1. So, we have a caller. You are on Dead Talk with Viz. Do you have an answer for me?
Hi, Viz.
Hi, how are you doing? What's your name?
I'm Ismail.
Hey, Ismail. So,
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
So my answer is it's 216. 216.
Marko, are you there?
So my answer is
turn down the volume on your device. There is a 15-second delay on the live, on any kind of live stream.
Is it good? Is it good now?
Well, yes, it is good. Marko, are you still with us? Ismail said 2:16. Close enough, Ismail. The clock said 2:17 p.m. You get the prize. So, congratulations.
Thank you.
So which doll do you want? I'll read which action figure you want. Oh, we got another call. Oh, no. Hold on. I'm going to read you back. I'm going to tell you your selection, and you get to pick. You have Aaron, Tyrese, Abraham, RV Zombie, Bungie Walker, Riot Gear Gas Mask Zombie, or Michonne's Pet Walker. So which do you choose?
I'm confused between Tyrese and Abraham.
Okay, so it's Tyrese. Are you looking?
Or Abraham.
Yeah, so you have it down between Tyrese and Abraham. Abraham is in
Which one would you recommend?
Oh, it's not about recommending. I mean, they're both good characters. Since you're the first one to call in, and you get your pick of the whole lot, I would recommend Abraham.
Yeah, that's what I'm going for. Abraham too.
All right. There you have it. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You are a lawyer. You are a loyal follower of the show. Thank you so much. After this show is over, please Instagram DM me your information, and we will get that shipped out to you ASAP.
All right, thank you.
All right, and don't be shy. Call again, okay?
All right.
All right, thank you. Good night.
Goodbye.
So there you go. We got a winner. The Abraham doll is off the market. I'm not going to have a chance to do the second question because we're literally down to the last few minutes. Hey, Khalid. Welcome. Hey, Stella. On Instagram. Toby, no. VN95, Brazil's in the house. And VN95, no. Are you guys upset you missed it? We have more action figures. We're going to be giving them away probably over the next 7 days. 6 more days. We have 6 more action figures. Lifting Fit Journey writes, I thought the question would be easier. I told you. No. It's going to be, you guys are going to have to earn this. This is actually, you guys think it's just action figures? These are worth a lot of money. And if you keep them in the box, they're going to be worth even more money in the future. Oh, I'm sorry. It's probably because Toby. It's probably because Ismail beat you to it. And I was talking to him, and the call waiting did go. I didn't see the call waiting go off, but he did ring in first. There's more prizes, more dolls, guys, but we really are almost completely out of time here before Instagram cuts us off. Hello, Candela from Twitter. You are from Argentina. Argentina's in the house. Buenos Aires. I love Argentina. Never been there. But I hear it's beautiful. So, everybody, thank you for joining me tonight. Please go to our YouTube page called Walking Dead Now. Subscribe. We're going to be on every night around 9:30 p.m. I would love for you guys to join us. We have a lot more seasons to go through. I mean, we barely finished season 5 today. So this little series we're doing is going to last It's going to last for a while. And thank you for being with us, Toby. Thank you. And thank you all you guys on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter for being here. Everybody, YouTube. I will see you guys again tomorrow night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern U.S. time. And until then, guys, stay walking.